How's it going, guys? So today in the PhantomCave YouTube channel, we're going to be talking about this year's most sensational story brought to you by PhantomCave. This is one of the stories I've been wanting to talk about for quite a long time. And this actual story is actually comes from the year 2001 and is called The Prodigal Son. And because this is basically a what-if story, this obviously was the most sensational story of 2001, and it is when 2001 we had probably a lot of things happen in the last couple of years. We had the 9/11 and stuff like that. And so we now get into the story with a what-if story and what would happen if one of the Phantom Sons actually turned into a Singh Brotherhood person. So what would happen? What do we think would happen? And why do we think would happen? So let's get into it. Hopefully you enjoy these last couple of weeks until Christmas, because we've got some cracker of content coming out in the next couple of weeks. There's going to be a whole host on the social media platforms. There'll be a continuation of the Phantomus series, which is a month sort of series to look at last year's Phantom Phantom comics from last year, and is also to celebrate obviously the month of Joyful and the month of Christmas. So that's why we call it Phantomus. And let's get into the story. Hopefully you enjoy this sort of review of a 2001 comic, and let's get into it. So basically we have a young, probably Christopher, a young Kit in the making, and a young Kit who is basically nearly turning into a Singh. And what I mean by that is a Singh Brotherhood, basically a person who is defying all the Phantom knows. He's going to the arch enemy. Basically, he's going to the Singh Brotherhood. And the Phantom does not like that. The current Phantom does not like that. And so he then sends young Kit Walker to England for teaching in an English school. And what he finds out is that he is, in the next couple of pages, he's getting into the Singh Brotherhood. He's making his way through the ranks and is actually, wait for it, dating the Singh Brotherhood's uncle's son's daughter. No, well, let me get that right. So the uncle's, I think, daughter or something like that is, this guy is the uncle's son's sister. Yeah, there we go. We got it now. So he is basically seduced by the uncle's son, or the uncle's son's sister, and eventually joins the Singh Brotherhood. So yeah, I quite enjoyed this story. It's a bit different from the usual Phantom story. We usually see not a Phantom joining the Singh Brotherhood ranks. We usually see a Phantom not going by what he's entitled to. He's supposed to be a nice person, supposed to be going out and basically punching guys on the faces. He's basically punching people, evil people in the matter, and the current Phantom actually arrives in England and finds out that in the next couple of pages we actually see the current Phantom of this actual year. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. He dies. Yes, I may have called it too early, but the current Phantom does die, and the guy who kills him is his son. So basically, the son kills the current Phantom, and the son's father, the father of the son is killed, and then the son of the Singh Brotherhood, his uncle, actually takes over the Singh Brotherhood and actually basically thinks he might get away with it. So the Phantom then instills some courage into Kit Walker, and he then, as always, he dresses up as the Phantom and basically destroys the Singh Brotherhood as a whole, and he basically is the Phantom. So in the next couple pages, we see the Phantom, the current Phantom, actually writing in the Chronicles that he has done something that no other Phantom has done. He has gone into the Singh Brotherhood nature. He had been in that Singh Brotherhood stadium, and he had been in the Singh Brotherhood's clutches for probably 10 or 15 pages or so, or 20 pages or so. So basically, he had became the Singh Brotherhood. He had became a Singh Brotherhood, and now he's back where he belongs. He's back as the Phantom, and he is basically, hopefully, rejoiced as he's back as the Phantom. And now the jungle has to be worried about the Singh Brotherhood and what it plans to do in future issues. And that's where Kit Walker has to stop the Singh Brotherhood at any sort of Scorpio. He has to stop evil in its tracks, and that's why he is the Phantom, and that's why we have this what if story brought to you by Claes Reimerthi and art by, I think, Cesar Spadari. So yeah. So, and basically, the current Phantom right now nearly gets killed by the current leader of the Singh Brotherhood. And because this is a what if story, we now have to get into looking at these covers. Now, I know I've said this many times. The front and back cover are basically images from back in the old days. They, especially in the 90s, and before the 90s, we actually saw a sort of images from the story put on the front cover and back cover from stories that hadn't, or like the art from in the covers in the stories put on the front cover and the back cover, if you know what I mean. Today, we don't actually see much of that happening, especially with Dudley Hogarth, with Glenn Ford, with Reen White, and all those types of people. We actually get to see beautiful art. And another review we will be having a look at is The Ghost of Tawasu Village. Another 90s comic, and that will be coming to the screens of PhantomCave viewers very, very soon. And if you have not subscribed for the last time, in this year, please do subscribe down below. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, and we'll see you